Okay. How is it? Is everything okay? Good. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, so we're here just relaxing. How's it going? How's the good girl? So, I hope you don't mind the light rain. It's more heavy. It's heavy rain. But a little bit of ambient music as well in the background. And of course, there's so much I could do. But I think right now it's best to just, introduce myself. Because, of course, this is not only a stream, but it's also going on YouTube. And it's a platform I've been trying to grow and grow using my strengths. And this is one of them. So yeah. Of course, you could come, hang out, talk with me. I'll always respond to as many people as I can. And sometimes there may be no one here, or just one or two. And you know what? That's okay. So yeah, I am Canis, the Wolf Boy. You may have already seen my videos, and this is something new, but not too new, because I have done some ASMR in the past. So it's not perfect, but nothing is perfect, and that's okay. But I know things could get better, so much better. And it's okay, because this is just the start. And so far, I think it's pretty good for just taking this a little bit more seriously and starting off. So yeah, I am actually using a blue snowball, and its bigger brother, the Yeti, is one of the more popular microphones, but I guess based on my own ears, Cabinet, thank you so much. There's a lot to get to, by the way. But yeah, thank you, Cabinet. Welcome to the club, Faithy. Now, where was I? Oh yeah. So, I am using not the Yeti, but a blue snowball. It's that rounded, ball-looking microphone, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So, while there may be better microphones out there, I'm working with what I have and sort of pushing the boundaries. So if you enjoy this, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, and let me know what you think. That said, there's some other changes that I've made on this stream. Thank you, Cabinet, once again. Gifting a tier 1 sub to freezing salt. Oh. Okay, so that's I haven't changed that sound. That's new. But we did it. 40 subs. Good job. That's amazing. I never thought I would get up to 40 subs. That's amazing. So, thank you, Cabinet, for your support. It means a lot. About this mic again, you may hear a little bit of background noise, but to give you more of transparency as to what's happening on the back end of this, well, of these ASMR streams that will happen in the future and now, I am also running a DAW, short for digital audio workstation, and instead of using OBS for you to hear me, I've done some post-processing through my digital audio workstation, and what I'm using is Ableton Live. So if the quality seems very different to you and you're using the same microphone, well, this is what I'm using. I have what is called a denoise, and that is a RX8 voice denoise from Isotope. It's pretty expensive, but if you're lucky and you sign up for their newsletter, you will catch some deals, special offers. So I have that, and it helps with noise suppression. So if I were to take it off, it would sound harsh. You would hear a lot of background noise, some static, based on the environment that I'm in. And it is a tool that helps so much. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. You know what? I really should. So you're gonna hear some typing, some clicking, maybe something going on in the background. I do live with my family and 2 doggies, so you might hear them, but it's why, well, to mitigate that, I stream these ASMR sessions, or I'm going to, like today, well, tonight, at like around 11 p.m. Thank you, Love's Fate. Mm, I appreciate it. Pretty eyes. Thank you. Huh. So, I do stream late to mitigate any outside forces that could interfere with the stream and the video, just the whole ASMR session. But if you do end up falling asleep or feel a little more relaxed, please, I would love for you to let me know. Another thing too, I may trip up on my words sometimes because I'm also hearing what you hear. So I have a better visual, but it's mainly audio. It's like, this is gonna sound weird, but it's as if my ears are my eyes. And what I mean by that, it's a way of me knowing what I hear, how you hear it. Okay. So yeah, I'm doing everything that I can to not only output a great experience, but to minimize noise outside and any chances of loud noises. Usually by a click on my mouse. And it's all in general to build a great experience, so that way you could stay in this zone of comfort and just let everything that is bothering you wash away. Don't even need to think about it. There may be moments where I have to pause just for things downstairs, to silence, to be quiet. But yeah. Furthermore, if it looks like my model, me, is not talking, well, if it looks like my model isn't talking, or it looks stagnant, well, that's usually because I have my lips, my mouth, where my mic is at, really close, so I could speak softer, whisper. And sometimes, if I'm gonna be a little louder, I'll move back, like this. But I think it's better for me to be up close and personal. Alright, so there have been some changes when I'm doing these streams, and in general. So, for example, you've already seen what it's like if somebody were to follow me and to subscribe, but I'm going to share them again, going in a bit of an order. So let's say somebody comes in and they like what they see, they love what they hear, and they just wanted to follow. Basically, this is what it would seem like.
Welcome.
Keep in mind, these sounds are a mixture of old Windows 95 sounds and other sounds of my own that I made in tandem with those old sounds, because we are very much in this digital realm. But I don't really think I should talk about that. It's a little too private, not for your ears. You're here for the ASMR, nothing else. Now, what if somebody was here for a while and they wanted to offer some kind of support, and there's one of two ways to do it, but this would be one of the ways if they were to subscribe, let's say. That sounds so good. Sounds amazing. Okay, so we have that. I don't know if I did the raid or bits, but let's take a look. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay. So, if somebody was offering bits, or in a way cheering, but it's kind of weird, cheering, but let's say somebody is donating bits, well, it would sound like this and look like this. I don't know if it worked. Oh. There we go. So yeah, keep in mind all these icons that I made. Well, no, I lied. I did not make them. They're actually icons from Windows 95 as well. And I could get more into why I chose these sounds and these icons. But yeah, the stream, it's so different. Okay. Did I do a raid? No, I didn't. I need to work on the raid. I'm gonna turn that one off. I thought I did it. But yeah, for now, that's all we have. For now. And there's one more thing too, but I don't know if it's gonna work or it's gonna be the loud, abrasive thing. And what I mean by that is, let's say somebody wanted to donate. You know, they could donate however much And no matter how big or small the donation is, I will always appreciate it. Like, of course, who wouldn't, right? But the dono, it would look a lot like this.
Thank you.
So, that voice is...
This is a test donation for $88.
Oh, thank you. So the voice that said thank you, her name is Amph, short for amphibian, and I named her that because in a way, she's not real, but for many of us, she is very real as it could get, as real as she can get. So she's basically both real and not real. But yeah, she is my assistant during my streams over here in the land of Twitch. So yeah, that is all we have in terms of alerts, some changes during these streams. And for those of you watching, you're more than welcome to come in to my streams and just hang out. I may have some things planned, like maybe reading some stories. If you're a writer, I would love to read a segment of your stories. I don't mind. Or I'll be happy talking, saying whatever's on my mind, or just being silly. But I guess at the end of the day, after my stream, I can only hope you feel better. Or at least feel a little less anxious. Yeah, I know. The world is pretty crazy. Now, I guess, I could start off explaining why I'm doing this. And if you already enjoy what I'm putting out there, what I'm putting down, then, well, do I really need to explain myself? Either way, I will. So, I remember when I was starting my YouTube channel, and when I mean starting, I mean taking content creation seriously, like actually being consistent, putting something out there, putting me, my voice, and my love for Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing was like the first series that I did, it was like a let's play. So I put out a lot of videos, tried some new thinking, tried some new things along the way. And over time, an audience slowly blossomed. But it's small. But even though if it's small, that's still something. You know, when you plant a seed, it takes a while for even a single little bud to form out of the dirt. And what seems like almost nothing into a little something that's just so amazing to me. And then over time, I've gotten comments, people saying, you have a really nice voice. You have a very calming voice. I've fell asleep watching your videos. And you should do ASMR. So, those were the comments that I was getting. And it wasn't a whole heck of a lot, but it was enough that people on the internet were trying to tell me something. And it was very clear. And I understood what to do. One of the first few videos that I did that was very ASMR based. It was basically boyfriend ASMR. And I want you to picture this. Think of it as an environment. You and me laying down on the grass next to each other in an open field surrounded by nothing but forest. It's nighttime, but the moon is very, very bright. And it shines on us and all around us. And we're looking up, stargazing. So we're stargazing. And I, in the video, as your boyfriend, I talk to you. And I say, hey, look at that constellation up there. Look at those stars. How beautiful they look in the night sky. Twinkling. And it's not just me describing what I'm seeing, but it's also turning the focus and attention on you, on your mind, and how you feel. Making sure that you're reminded that you belong here, that you're amazing, that I love you, and that you're just perfect. And I do mean what I say. Sin addict. Thank you. I don't know if it worked. If it didn't, I may need to make some changes. You didn't know there was a redeem swoosh? Well, I need to fix that and get rid of that. Like, right now. Hold on. Channel points. Oh, there you go. Turn it off. Now let me try. Okay. So, it does work. And that is one thing you can do. You come in, hang out, and head pat me, hold my chin, grope me, like, on the chest or something. I allow that. That is okay. How are you doing, Sin Addict? I hope. Thank you. I hope all is well. Manhandle the Wolfie. Yeah. I like to be, I like to be manhandled. Thank you. So, yeah. Boyfriend ASMR. And it's something that I wanted to do more of, but while I may have written scripts and I have ideas, I feel like I need a better, proper mic for that. But you know what? I think what I have right now, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. How am I feeling about that ASMR so far? Well, it depends on how you feel. If you guys are enjoying this, if people that watch in the future like what they see, enjoy what they hear, that'll make me happy. Now, this is something very new, and I am a little anxious, a little shy. I wouldn't say shy, but I am a little nervous. Yeah, a little nervous, but it's okay. I believe in myself, and I feel even if I'm a little nervous, that's normal. That means I'm alive. And I'm doing something pretty cool. Yeah, and even though after saying all that, I feel pretty comfortable. Yeah. There will be moments where I'll be a little lewd. Yes, that's how I am. Other moments, I'll be a little silly. I love doing that. It's like giving you a wet willy. I do the lick of the ear. And no, I'm not actually licking the mic. No. But yeah. I have been asked a lot to do something regarding ASMR. Most likely not just anything, but this with my voice. I don't know if it's unique enough or what, because I do hear other voice actors that have like this femboy, charming tone to them. And I hope that I'm one of them. I have thought about doing voice acting, but you never know. And I think ASMR is where I'm gonna be at for now, until there's other things that I could do that open up. Say somebody comes in and then it's an animator and they said, "Hey, I like your voice. I want you to be the voice of this character for me." Hell yeah. I think that would be really cool. I think I have done one or two ASMR videos after the first one, and I kinda stopped. And I think the reason why I stopped was simply because I didn't have proper artwork that fits the situation, the scenario, the topic. And even though I do art myself, I don't think it's good enough. But hey, I'll still do art, you know? I'll still do artwork, drawing. But in terms of quality, on what I want, I think it would be better for me to commission somebody. But your wolf boy, he's poor. He's a poor wolf boy. But he's not that poor. Not anymore. And what I mean by that is, I feel like I feel like I'm rich in other ways. Not by money, but by people, friends, supporters. And that's something you can't buy. Think about it. The world's richest person. Everybody hates him. And the people that like him, they're very stinky. So yeah, money does give comfort. It does give happiness, but only so much. Ew, self-doubt. Maybe more pickles will help. Yeah. Give me all the pickles. All the pickles. Well, after all that, I wanted to take a little bit of time, plan, and think, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna take this ASMR endeavor a little more seriously? And I've seen some videos, I've seen some examples, and at the end of the day, I knew or learned some of the technical abilities, like what to do technically to make the ASMR stream and videos better, have some good quality. Like I said, may not be perfect, but I think it's pretty good. At the end of the day, just be yourself. I believe the confidence of doing ASMR will probably come just with time. Yeah. Of course. Most definitely. Right now, I feel confident and I feel comfortable. I'm only just saying all this to give like some background, some reasoning, an introduction. Yeah. And I think one of the more challenging things in ASMR is coming up with ideas, talking and talking and talking. But I'm sure there is a lot to talk about. The world moves, doesn't end until it does. So therefore, there'll always be something to talk about. But yes, I've seen other people, how they do ASMR. I've seen other streamers, how they do ASMR. And all it is just be yourself. And it's a little funny because I do feel and this might come pretty judgmental on me, but I do see other streamers, most of them girls, just like licking the mic, but they have the 3DO microphone, which is like the microphone that has like the mold of human ears. So it has the mold of human ears as with the microphones. And there was this one girl that was literally licking the mic, one of the ears. The ear mic, yes, the 3DO mic. Believe it or not, that's what I want. That's what I was thinking about getting. And maybe I will. You know? If I have enough people watching, supporting, if I get to the point in my YouTube channel to like reach monetization status, that money that comes over time would just go back into my stream, my content, the quality, making it as good as it can be while still being the silly, dumb wolf boy. Maybe, if you want, you could add lewd and cute and whatever else. Thank you so much for following. I really gotta see who'll be following and whatnot. I do apologize. Maybe I gotta look on home. Is it stream manager? It is. Awesome. Wow. I had 666 followers, and that jumped up to 668. Did I turn F down? I did. I could bring her back up. She's still alive. She's always alive. It's just that sometimes she could be a little wild and out. Sorry. Yes. Samantha Bukai, thank you so much for the follow. And Sliber, Cybrus Wrath, thank you for the follow.
Sinhatic says, who's the cutest wolf boy? Kenny says.
Thank you. Can I pop this out? Oh, I can. Awesome. That's all I need. I'll put it right here. Okay. So in case anybody follows, I could thank them properly. Loving the vibes. Thank you, Luca. You know, you're a very good girl.
Kenny's the cutest wolf boy. There's an overbite of praise, wouldn't you agree? Let's keep our wolf boy on his toes.
Oh my. Thank you. Thank you, Amp. It took a little bit for her to respond, but she got there. You do what you can. That's all you need to do. just do what you can. But yeah, you just wanted to check before she yelled. No worries. Siberia's Wrath. Oh, this model is insane. I love it. Thank you so much. If you are curious about the artist, I credit them down in my profile. So yeah, go check them out. It's a artist named Luz. Luz draws. He is an amazing, talented artist. And I do definitely would recommend him. Ooh, I might need to... I don't know if I want to fix TTS or maybe I need to lower it. Hold on. I am going to go on studio mode, TTS. I'm gonna refresh and then lower him just a bit. Okay. Another quick refresh. Alright. Let's see. How was that? You know what? I could add him.
Test.
There we go. Gonna bump him up a bit. I think that's good. Yeah, even when I thought I got all the kinks and things for the stream to be properly set up, there's still some
Worcestershire
things.
Swache.
There you go. Lower him just a little bit, but just enough for us to hear him. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so yeah, even though I do all these things for the stream, there's always something
I
that
can smell you.
what do I smell like? Do I smell good? What do you think I smell like? Okay. I think everything is okay for now. Alright. You may not be hearing clickies so much. Smells like success. Yeah. Thank you. Come here. I'm gonna give you a kiss in your brain or in your ear, because I kind of sound like I'm in your head. Anyways. Mwah. Oh, that was loud. Have another one. Mwah. Yeah. Are sus as one of those? Only if you're a good boy. Are you gonna be a good boy for me? Oh boy. Oh. Here's another thing. Since you know, okay, fine. Be like that. This is very relaxing evening. Good. I do need to come up with ideas or just topics and things to talk about if nobody is chatting. And again, well, keep this in mind. Nobody is obligated to chat. If anything, what I want is for you to just enjoy. That's all. Lurkers, stay lurking in the shadows, comfy and cozy. And anyone who just wants to have a conversation, talk, I'm here too. But that said, I'll be talking and I'll be thinking of what to talk about. Anything and everything that comes into mind. Man, I've been yapping and yapping a lot. Thinking about thoughts. Thoughts on thoughts. Thoughts on thoughts. Thoughts about thoughts. Yeah, it is a classic. But I mean, that's what philosophers do. Food for thought. What about in the future? Like some bedtime stories or something? Yeah, so I mentioned this before. If there's any writers out there that want to share any short stories, passages, poems, or whatever, a fair warning, my reading comprehension is not that great, but I would do the best I can. But I will, and I would love to read your story. True. Reading material is a natural ASMR function. Of course. Hello chat. Welcome to my 100% ASMR himbo. Your one and only wolf boy himbo. Candice the himbo. I said himbo again, didn't I? Oh yeah, I just said it again. But yes, the only way to improve is to do it. I don't. So, it's weird. I read a lot. I read all the time. But it's usually just like chats, tweets, you know, just things that we read without really thinking about. Because, of course, reading is a form of communication. But I don't read books or novels. Sometimes I will read an article, like a news article, to keep me informed. But yeah, I don't really read for pleasure. like that. And by the looks of it, it does seem like I've it does seem like I've struggled with reading comprehension when I was younger. And I was terrible in school. Like, I sucked. I was pretty bad at math. Reading comprehension, not that great. But writing, I was okay. I was pretty good. I was decent. And I know I could be better, but I enjoy writing essays. I enjoy writing essays, reports, and art. That's like my maxed out skill. I get, not maxed out, but it is one of the things that I enjoy the most, and is what I'm good at, my strong suit. I gotta be free, creative, artistic, freedom of expression. I need that. And it's what gives me purpose. It's what gives me life. It's why I'm here. It's part of who I am. Reading is greater than speaking. That is true. I could agree to that. Reading for pleasure would work. The scale differently, for sure. Yes, it will. You know what I should start reading? Marcus Aurelius. There you go. Because I do have the book. What was it called? It's like, the Meditations. I think that's what they're called. Marcus Aurelius Meditations. And it's just all of his thoughts. And what's interesting is that when it comes to mental health, therapy, psychology, they use and refer some of his passages, his sayings. It's really interesting. Bleh. Sometimes I trip over my words, and I need to better enunciate. Because when I'm doing a video, and keep in mind, I'm not going to be doing any edits. It's just this raw in its true form. Little to no edits right on to YouTube as like a VOD. So yeah, I gotta read more. And of course, I could be reading here. If you have any suggestions as for me what to read, I would love to read them. Hell, give me some 50 Shades of Grey or something, because that would be really wild. I know it's a book that a lot of people look down on. So I think that would be pretty funny. Yeah. Or like some not safe for work things to read. I think I think it's okay to read things like that because you're not really showing, you're just reading. I think that's okay. But if I'm gonna get more lewd, that might be behind a paywall. Reading skill tends to improve wordsmithing, which makes ASMR better. Very interesting. I mean, if you want fantasy BDSM slop, that'll be the book to do it. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm down. Almost anything. No. Nothing too unhinged, I guess. I don't know. It's content, and I'm down for it. This is really interesting because I feel like I'm at that point where I need to start drinking water. You DM'd me an old story you wrote. Alright. Where did you DM it? Oh, it could have been Telegram. Yeah. Alright, let me take a look. Yeah, so I do have a hydrate redeem, but on my own I am drinking water. I only drank 1 can of soda today. So that's good. I know. Soda bad. I do remember Wattpad or Wattpad. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but oh, it looks so different. But that's you wrote it on, yeah. Do I need to make an account? Start reading. Like Kitty. Oh. Continue to the next part. Oh. It's like a short. No, that's not it. This is so confusing. Oh. You're going to step away? Okay. Well, take care, Luca. Be a good girl. As always. It's real short, like a small intro, and just a short story. It's called The Dream. Or is that the chapter? Okay. I'm gonna read this part. So here we are. Me telling you a story and you trying to sleep. I am gonna need a second. And, come on. I'm sleepy. Please tell me a story. Okay, okay. So setting a mountain by a sunset, the main character, a pretty lady, and a kinda cute but super silly guy. I like this guy. He sounds nice. He... Oh, no. He's a major asshole. He likes tormenting and bullying the pretty lady. He practically likes tickling her. Ah, stop it. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Okay, lay back down and get comfy. Would you like some more milk? Alright, be right back, pretty kitty. Is there a next part? So there is a next part, but I think that was really cute. No, he's an asshole. That was actually kind of funny. I don't know. What do you think? Is it an addict? Am I good enough to continue? Oh, okay. Okay then. Comfy? Nice and warm? So here we go. The mountain where everyone loves to go. Young, old, purple, and green. Wait. Never mind. Yeah, old people exist. So this pretty lady walks the mountain, hoping that she will find the one she would be happy with. Unlucky for her, she found an asshole. He sat there on a rock, overlooking the far. She approached him. Why are you looking at the far? The mountain is so beautiful, especially at sunset. He leans back and eyes her up and down. You know, the guy thing. Well, I was hoping to see someone fall off the mountain, 'cause that would be funny, but you know, you are right. It is beautiful up here. He smiles and pats the rock by him. They sit on the rock, overlooking the far, and never seen anyone falling. They would have noticed anyway, wouldn't have. They were having a great time in their own space. The sun finally sets, leaving the mountain pitch black. She gets cold, and so does he. They start looking, no, they start walking down to town, to home. Even though he only has a hoodie on, he gives it to her. I can't take your hoodie. You'll freeze, all top naked. He throws it at her and thrusts his chin up, arms crossed, in final decision, jaw jittering from the cold. She blushes from the warmth of his hoodie and the sweet gesture. They bid goodbyes and part ways at the base of the mountain. The next day, she walks up the mountain and sits on the same rock. It gets later into the evening and night starts to encroach. She gets sad and gets up to leave. Sit the fuck back down. I was enjoying you sitting there. Wow, this guy. She is startled and whips around to see the asshole. What? How long have you been watching me just sit here? I've been waiting for you. She shies away and twists back and forth. Excuse me. I was like 10 feet away from you on another rock. I have been here since noon, hoping to see you earlier. Then you just sit here. Sit there. I was gonna say something, but you were cute. Just sitting, legs crossed, all patient and shit. I took a couple pics. Wanna see? She blushes and accepts. The picture's flattering and kinda romantic. You could have just said something after an hour or so. What? And say what? I like just looking at you. Well, I did. I stare at a lot of people, but you were nice to stare at. I don't expect you to do something funny or stupid. I just like to see you. He trails off, and they make their way down to the mountain again. Day after day, climb higher and higher up the mountain, but never looking up, rather out. On a rock overlooking the far. Why do we go higher every day? Are you like running from something? She giggles and jests, but he sulks. Yeah. But I'm also kinda trying to run away with you. They lock eyes, and his are teary. No tear breaks enough to leave his eyes, but hers proudly stream down. He pulls her into an embrace that lasts for hours. They sit in warm, kind arms with no others, with no words. You don't need sex or obscene romantic gestures to let someone know you love them. A mountain is a fucking mountain. But every day, one rock by the next, you will cross that mountain, and there may be another. But fuck the mountain. I look where I have been with what I got, and enjoy going higher and further with them. Sweet dreams, kitty. honestly, that was really nice. Mew mew mew. Kitty hopes you finished, Daddy. Mew mew mew. Mew. Interesting. No, but that was really nice. I like that. And I like how he does come off like an asshole, but she's his asshole. He is such a sweetheart. A big ol' sweetie. But yeah. It was good. You wrote that like a decade ago? Pretty impressive. I don't think it's anything that I could pull off. So, I commend you. As for reading, I know I could do better, but I think I was getting a little nervous to not keep fucking up. But, I think I did okay. Also, I said this before. I'm speaking, but I could also hear myself. What's going on? Oh. So. Doesn't help that your old writing had bad grammar and misspelling. Well, that's why you take a look once you're done and keep writing. I do feel you got something. It is a talent, and I do believe you have it, so long as you just keep refining it. Granted, I know that was years ago, a decade, but still, even for a decade ago, it's still pretty good. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah. There's, I guess in a weird way, there's a lot on my mind, but it feels like it's a lot, but nothing could come out. I will say this, we could kind of talk about one or two things. One of them is being a little bit, talking a little bit more about how I set this up. My intention was to actually have that be a collection of bedtime stories. I used to do phone calls with my wife when I was away and tell her stories to sleep, to help her sleep. Now I'm thinking, I know when I dated this girl, you know her, Zooey? The Zooey? Yeah. I would be the one to put her ass to sleep. So there would be moments where she's like knocking out, and I'd be like, you want me to let me go? And she's like, no. And that's when we were dating at the time. And it's crazy to think how often, how many times in my life, how many times in my life that I've been a sleep aid for people in that moment. And maybe I really did have something all along at that time and now, and I just never realized it until I took my YouTube channel seriously and people discovered me. And yeah, this is another thing I kind of want to talk about. For some people, when they're falling asleep, for some people, like content creators, streamers, people who like to entertain, they find when people are falling asleep as an indication of boredom and that they're bad. But what's funny and interesting is that when people are falling asleep to my streams and my videos, especially the Minecraft ones, and back then the Animal Crossing videos, just all that, I would get comments of them being put to sleep on my streams. They would tell me, oh, I took a nap, oh, I fell asleep. And then when I stream the next day, they would come and tell me, oh, I fell asleep to your video or fell asleep to your stream. You would think one would be offended by that, but I take it as a compliment, and it's like, good, I'm glad. That means I let you or helped you let go and just wash away all those worries, all those stress, all those negative feelings, depression, anxiety. Just at the very least, put it on pause to allow yourself to rest, to sleep. Because resting, sleeping is so important. And we all need that. Just to pause and rest. So yeah, I take it as a compliment. And being that person, which is one of my goals when it comes to some of the videos I make and these live streams, is to make people feel like they're at a place where they feel safe, where they feel like they could allow themselves to let go and relax, to detach, just to sort of detach themselves from reality for just a moment. You know, make them feel a little better, a little happier, a little less anxious, all that. But most importantly is to feel a little less alone in the world. The cabinet, welcome back. It's your monster moment. Nice. Bambi, Love's Fate, you're back. You fell asleep for a bit. I mean, you don't have to be awake. Once you're asleep, allow yourself to stay asleep. Nobody is obligated to be here. And I want to be here for you. So, if you sleep and pass out, let yourself. You know, you just wanted to say, oh, I love you too. Mwah. Of course. Cabinet, I want nothing more than you to grow, but I want it to be healthy and without anxiety, so you don't like to push. The only time I ever feel anxious is when I feel like I'm running out of time and my family makes me feel that way. So I want to grow and grow quickly so I could show not only to myself or my friends or any haters but most importantly to show my family, hey, I did it and look what I'm doing. And I am really proud to do this. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like I am worth something, someone. It gives me a form of purpose. There you go. Because it's both self-healing and also healing others. Even if it's a little bit, even if it's for a short time, I could at least give you, them, that moment, that window to just be at peace with themselves. And if I had so many supporters, you know, if I'm rising above the ranks and just all this work to grow, to be somebody, and to stay true to myself, be myself, and then show my family, I'll be like so happy. I could tell my mom, my dad, just like, have a couple $100 and just slap it on their lap and be like, tell them, Mom, Dad, we're going out to eat someplace nice. 'Cause I worked so hard in the background for this success. I want to celebrate and show you that I can be and I am successful. That's one of my biggest hopes, wishes. And it's not about the money per se. It's about proving myself, family members, that I could take control.
Welcome.
I could take control and have autonomy. And yeah, just at the same time help people. Therial, Katie, I believe I pronounced that right, but I hope I did, and if not, feel free to correct me. Hello, how are you? Un gusto, a pleasure. Yes, or Kate only. That's fine by me. Kate is pretty easy. Thank you. Thank you for following. And, yes, I'm doing well. Honestly, is it titled? Oh, my dearest Edna, my little doggy, giving chompies. She doing the chomp. Oh my god, why does that make me so happy? Yeah, it is my first ASMR stream. There you go. It's a title. I have done a little bit of ASMR in the past. God, I love Edna. I love my doggy. But yeah, this is my first ASMR stream. I have done ASMR in the past. This may be like many others, or not like many others. I don't know. Based on what I've seen, I just really don't know. At the end of the day, I just put this together because I felt like, well, one, it's what I felt like was right, especially in terms of theming, and two, I'm just going with the flow. Yeah, the ASMR community is very nice, and honestly, I haven't really got into it that much, but I think it would be exciting to just dip my feet in a little bit. I might check out other ASMR streamers in the near future on like my day off or days off. But yeah, I am not only a ASMR streamer. I do chill, play games with friends, make music, and very rarely now make artwork. But yeah, I'm a variety streamer. And the only reason why I'm doing ASMR is because I've gotten a lot of people asking me, hey, you have a nice voice. You should try it. And I'm like, really? Okay, I will. But regarding, I don't want to be like the kind of ASMR streamer that just will constantly lick the mic. No, it's more just utilizing my strengths, which is the voice, the thumb. The thumb. I am such a nerd. I love it. I'm gonna, instead of saying Rudolph's Fuda, I have the shout of the femboy. Where's for gay? I don't know, man. What? I don't know. But yeah, I just figured ASMR, let's get to it. And I was really hesitant because I was even thinking, man, I don't like this microphone. I could get a better one. And you know, I got so much to set up. I was a little nervous, but you're doing it now. It comes natural in a way. It does come pretty natural to me. As for microphones, I do want to get better microphone, one that has 2 channels, so like 2 mics, or one that is left and right, so 2 channel, and it's gonna sound more like I am right up and close in your ear, left or right. Let me see if I can do it in my software. Let's see. Okay, this is gonna be hard because I need to put on both headphones. So like, I'm only listening on my left side of my ear, my left ear, and I could hear my voice because the headphone is off on my right side of my ear, because I am listening to my own voice via post-processing. So let's see. Okay, so left, I'm on your left side of the ear, and then I'm gonna be on your right, whispering. It's like you have the devil on one side and the angel on the other. Devil, angel, and then there's me. If I really want to get fancy. Oh, thank you. I could add reverb or delay, sending the first audio into out into a different channel. Let's see. Hello? nice. It's like I'm in a hall, or like a big old bathhouse. Or just, I don't know, some kind of, ooh, what if I was like in the pool rooms? You know what I mean? You know, the pool room. Alright, what if I did this? Now, that's interesting. Okay. Let's lower that. And let's lower the reverb to dry. Just nothing. Just my voice. Yeah. It does sound pretty good. Shall we try a delay? Let's see. Also, another thing to keep in mind, I am recording all of this to post this. I guess it would be considered a VOD on my YouTube channel, and I gotta make like a little section, a playlist of ASMR streams. I think I'll just call it that, ASMR stream, and give it some kind of name. Just make it episodic. Yeah, not so bad. Okay. Let's see. Delay. Hello, hello, hello. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, okay, okay. How's this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Reverb. This is a pretty trippy. High feedback. I am silly. Is anyone getting out there? Oh my god, that was awesome. I make music, right? I make electronic music, so this isn't anything new. It's just fun. Oh, owie. Oh, wow. Thanks, Imp. It's a bot, by the way. wish my water stayed cold. Now it's just room temperature. Room temperature water. Alright. Oh, let's try that. That was cool. Sorry if it woke you up or startled you. Not my intention. I'm more just a silly boy doing silly things, living his silly life. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No more of that. At least not right now. So, as I'm looking at OBS, you guys are, in a way, in my bedroom. It's like inviting you into this private sanctuary. Sanctuary. You're gonna head to bed? Okay. Have a good night, Sin Addict. Thank you so much for being here. And, I do hope you have a good rest. I think this is a really nice bedroom for myself. Oh, of course. Any other story, I'd be happy to read too. So yeah. If you guys got any stories, I'd love to read them. If not, I'll find some. It is beautiful looking out in the night sky, the skyline of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is not the most beautiful place, but as it being home, I do feel like it can be a really beautiful place. In a weird way, though, this place where we're at, you and I, together in my room, it's only just a dream. And what I mean by that is this place, it's all just ones and zeros. But it's so good. It feels real. And that's good enough for me. But yeah. Like, could you imagine having a nice, cozy room and a beautiful view? Don't think that you can't. Don't think that it's impossible. Don't put yourself Don't put yourself down. Just imagine. Just imagine what your future could be like. What you want it to be like. What does your bedroom look like? Where is it? What do you see beyond the windows? And what you see is what I envisioned. Very much so. And I hope this doesn't come off as confusing. But basically what I'm saying is to let your imagination just go free, go wild. Because sometimes when we do that, it kind of tests us. Is it gonna motivate us? Or are we gonna react negative to it? As if like, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I have no chance. I think everybody has a chance. Maybe not right now, but maybe tomorrow, or the next day, or the next week, or the next year. You never know. But I do think everybody has a chance. And if you don't think so, there's always a way to increase your odds. All you gotta do is plan it out. And after you plan it, take action. Nobody is gonna know. No, nobody would have known about my ASMR until now. Now people know. So yeah. I think just imagining a scenario that makes you happy will motivate you in the long run. And then all you have to do is try. Take action, do it. So, man, this is pretty amazing. Could get really close, whispering in your ear, and just tell you how awesome, amazing you are. Because you are. I do hope I'm not clipping too much. Every so often, I'm looking to my left, and then when I see myself clipping a little bit in audio, I'm like, oops. I get a little worried because I don't want it to be just pure clipping and having a bad audio experience. But what I hear now is pretty good. Hmm. I wonder if any of you fell asleep. I don't know. But it would be nice to know. Obviously, not now. Because those of you that are asleep, well, they're asleep. This is a good audio experience for sure. Good. Now just imagine if I had two mics, two microphones, and I just move my head, move my mouth, and it's really gonna feel like I'm in your head. In your head. Oh my. Just adjusting myself, my seat. You would vibe with that? Yeah. Well, I am thinking about purchasing new mics anyways, but that might be more for ASMR. I'm still gonna be using this mic, but for normal streams. Oh? Yes? You grabbed me. Is there something you want to say? Oh. Well. Are you like examining me? This wolf boy, he's quite a dumb one. A weird specimen. He is very, very gay. Almost too gay for your average gay guy. I'm kidding though. I am bi, but I like to play up my gay side a little more. You know, it's funny when people have a thing against people who are bi. I'm just thinking, well, we get double the hurt because it's like, oh man, this guy doesn't want me, and this girl doesn't want me either. I guess I'll just go kick rocks. I don't know why, when I say that phrase, whenever I don't like somebody, or I'm pissed off, I'm mad, I'll just be like, get out of here, go kick rocks. Honestly though, kicking rocks doesn't seem so bad. I do that, but with like my doggy toys. So like, well, my emote, yeah. So I have two dogs. They're not mine. We have a family dog and my brother's dog, which he lives with us still. He's younger. He's a younger brother of mine.
Serial kisses. Silent treatment. Uriel kid. Sometimes quiet whispers speak volumes. What are you keeping in that mind, darling?
You call her, but you don't say anything. She thinks, you're giving her the silent treatments. But yeah, I have 2 dogs. Like I said, not mine, but one of them is mine, and the other is my brother's. But when it comes to balls, I like to just, kick the ball. They're like tiny ones. They're like tiny, very tiny, what are they called? Tennis balls. So I would kick like this tiny tennis ball, and then they would just get like, well, Edna, my dog, she would just be like, ears perked up, kind of ready to chase after it. Yeah, it's always fun to do. Mhm. You're learning English recently? Oh wow. I think, well, you're doing good so far. I'm proud of you. It's a little funny. When I'm drinking water, I'm like so conscious of not letting the audio of me drinking the water, like gulping down the water. Yeah, I don't want people to hear that. Unless you want to hear it, but like, I don't know. I kind of find it interesting. Yes, I am very hyper aware to not make any sounds. Like I'm tapping on my table. Yeah, no. I am like aware to not make any other sounds. Just talking. Just my voice. You're very much welcome, Kate. Also, Luca, I thought you went to bed. Is everything okay? I hope all is well. Or maybe you just need oh. Or maybe you just need a little more time here. So that way you could allow yourself to relax. It's funny because when I'm shuffling, like when I'm moving and I want to cross my leg or something, I feel like I need to turn the mic off. I'm even yawning a little bit. And maybe that's because it's late. But also, I'm putting myself to sleep. Maybe. Your mind was elsewhere, but it turned back at the phrase, have your mind relax. Luca, just lean back, rest, lay down, take a deep, long breath, close your eyes, another deep, long breath. And every time you exhale, thank you. Every time you exhale, let your body go. Just sink onto the bed. Just know everything is going well, even if you think it's not. I believe it is. And whenever something bad happens, or your mind is in some kind of trouble, things tend to look up, to go better. Sometimes we just overthink our mind. They're very complex, powerful organs. And there is always a lot to learn about the mind. So, it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault when our minds take over for the worst. But that's why we do things to train ourselves, to make sure we can take back our mind and let it relax. And in reality, things aren't so bad. It's usually just in our mind. And what our mind tells us are things to prepare us for when things do go bad. But right now, everything is fine. So all you have to do is allow yourself to feel okay. And if not, I allow you to do so. You're welcome. And of course, it's not just you. Anybody and everybody could use my words to just allow themselves to let go and relax. Put yourself at ease. You're very much welcome. You know, thinking about this, I think it's good to just have some pauses to just not say anything for a little while and just take in the rain outside in this chilly night. And where I'm at, it's always this time of day, always raining. Because I made it so. I made it in such a way where it's cozy and safe, nice and cool, or nice and warm. Personally, I like it nice and cool, so that way I can control the warmth via with clothes, blankets, something warm in the belly, whether it be soup or a warm cup of tea. That is a good reason, yeah. But if it's hot, the environment, if it's too warm, then you're just adding on to that warmth, and it could be a little uncomfortable. So I like the environment to be cold, and you and I can be warm. Just get cozy, something warm to drink, warm to eat, something warm to be worn. But yeah, like I said, not just warmth, but to have a place where you could rest, you can feel safe. And offer an environment where we, as a collective, can talk about anything. Whatever's on your mind, whatever stress or worry, or maybe you need some guidance, some help. We could all help each other. It could be from the chat, comments, because I think we all need a little place to be at, a little place to feel welcomed. Try to let go of judgment, to listen rather than only speaking. Welcome back, Kate. It's good to have you back. Even if you don't want to be personal or get personal, that's okay too. You could just use this, use this time, use this moment to just feel better. Yeah, very sleepy. Good. That's very good. You know, I'm gonna see if I could look for a short story to read. Another one. So at least for now, just enjoy the sounds of this forever rain. I'm too relaxing. Good. I feel relaxed. And if not, I just need to take a deep breath, recenter my focus, hold in my breath, and exhale, and lock in. Okay, let me look for something to read. Oh, I think I might have found something. Hmm. Okay. So, I'm gonna talk a little more before I read a little bit. And I hope this series doesn't depress you, but I think I like it because this is my favorite series. Granted, I haven't read all the books. Hold on. Okay. So, I think it was during elementary school. Of course, we had to read and read and read. And there was a book that I came across. And when I started reading this book, I was like, whoa, this is a really deep, interesting, yet depressing story that something about it just matched my depression. It felt like it got me. It understood me, or that I could sympathize. So, the book is called A Series of Unfortunate Events by the author Lemony Snicket. And when I read the first book, The Bad Beginning, I was intrigued. I didn't become a fan until the movie, the Nickelodeon movie. And it was the movie, a series of unfortunate events with the actor Jim Carrey. And then after watching that film, which of course the adaptation usually leaves, well, movie adaptations tend to leave a lot out from the book. But they did have, of course, all the key moments. I really enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed the movie a lot. And over time, I wanted to read all the books. But I'm not much of a reader, sadly. Maybe now, as I'm doing ASMR. But I remember I would read chapters and chapters, and then often times I would read a little bit and sleep and knock out. Reading always, when I was younger, used to put me to sleep. But yeah, these books, a series of unfortunate events. Oh, sorry. These books have always been with me, and they take me back. It's more so nostalgia. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this book. Maybe a chapter. We'll see. Okay. So, a series of unfortunate events. Book the first. The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket. Illustrations by Brett Eliquist. Good boy or girl? And whatever you want me to be, I could be your boy or your girl. But if you must know, I'm a boy. Let's get started. Dear reader, I'm sorry to say that the book you are holding in your hands is extremely unpleasant. It tells an unhappy tale about 3 very unlucky children. Even though they are charming and clever, the Baudelaire siblings lead lives filled with misery and woe.
Welcome.
Hey. Sexy. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, sorry, I just can't hear it because I have... Thank you so much. Ooh. My followers goal went up to 670. Oh, I'm sorry, I just can't hear it because I have a fan in my ear. And I'm just following people. Oh, you're just following people? I wonder why. Well, thank you. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay. From the very first page of this book, when the children are at the beach and receive terrible news, continuing on through the entire story, disaster lurks at their heels. One might say they are magnets for misfortune. In this short book alone, the three youngsters encounter a greedy and repulsive villain, itchy clothing, a disastrous fire, a plot to steal their fortune, and cold porridge for breakfast. It is my sad duty to write down these unpleasant tales, but there is nothing stopping you from putting this book down at once and reading something happy if you prefer that sort of thing. With all due respect, Lemony Snicket. Okay. To Beatrice, darling, dearest, Dad. Chapter 1. If you are interested in stories with happy endings, you would be better off reading some other book. In this book, not only is there no happy ending, there is no happy beginning, and very few happy things in the middle. This is because not very many happy things happened in the lives of the three Baudelaire youngsters. Violet, Klaus, and Sunny Baudelaire were intelligent children, and they were charming and resourceful, and had a pleasant facial features. But they were extremely unlucky, and most everything that happened to them was rife with misfortune, misery, and despair. I am sorry to tell you this, but that is how the story goes. Their misfortune began one day at Bernie Beach. The three Baudelaire children lived with their parents in an enormous mansion at the end of a dirty and busy city, and occasionally their parents gave them permission to take a rickety trolley. The word rickety, you probably know, here means unsteady or likely to collapse. Alone to the seashore, where they would spend the day as a sort of vacation as long as they were home for dinner. This particular morning, it was gray and cloudy, which didn't bother the Baudelaire youngsters one bit. When it was hot and sunny, Briny Beach was crowded with tourists, and it was impossible to find a good place to lay one's blanket. On gray and cloudy days, the Baudelaires had the beach to themselves to do what they liked. Violet Baudelaire, the eldest, liked to skip rocks. Like most 14-year-olds, she was right-handed, so the rock skipped further across the murky water when Violet used her right hand. Then she used her left. As she skipped rocks, she was looking out at the horizon and thinking about an invention she wanted to build. Anyone who knew Violet well could tell she was thinking hard because her long hair was tied up in a ribbon to keep it out of her eyes. Violet had a real knack for inventing and building strange devices, so her brain was often filled with images of pulleys, levers, and gears, and she never wanted to be distracted by something as trivial as her hair. This morning, she was thinking about how to construct a device that could retrieve a rock after you have skipped it into the ocean. Klaus Bondler, the middle child, and the only boy, liked to examine creatures in tide pools. Klaus was a little older than 12 and wore glasses, which made him look intelligent. He was intelligent. The Baudelaire parents had an enormous library in their mansion, a room filled with thousands of books on nearly every subject. Being only 12, Klaus, of course, had not read all the books in the Baudelaire library, but he had read a great deal, many of them, and retained a lot of the information from his readings. He knew how to tell an alligator from a crocodile. He knew who killed Julius Caesar, and he knew much about the tiny, slimy animals found at Briny Beach, which he was examining now. Sunny Baudelaire, the youngest, liked to bite things. She was an infant and very small for her age, scarcely larger than a boot. What she lacked in size, however, she made up for with size and sharpness of her mouth, of her 4 teeth. There we go. Sunny was at an age where one mostly speaks in a series of unintelligible shrieks, except when she used a few actual words in a vocabulary like bottle, mommy, and bite. Most people had trouble understanding what it was that Sunny was saying. For instance, this morning she was saying "cack" over and over, which probably meant, look at that mysterious figure emerging from the frog. Frog. Sure enough, in the distance along the misty shore of Briny Beach, there could have been seen a tall figure striding towards the Baudelaire children. Sunny had already been staring at the shrieking at the figure for some time. When Klaus looked up from the spiny crab he was examining and saw it too, he reached over and touched Violet's arm, bringing her out of her inventing thoughts. Look at that, Klaus said, and pointed toward the figure. It was drawing closer, and the children could see a few details. It was about the size of an adult, except its head was rather tall, and the figure rather square. What do you think it is? Violet asked. I don't know, Klaus said, squinting at it. It seems to be moving right towards us. We're alone on the beach, Violet said, a little nervously. There's somebody else it could be moving towards. She felt the slender, smooth stone in her left hand, which she could have been about to try to skip as far as she could. She had a sudden thought to throw it at the figure because it seemed so frightening. It only seemed scary, Klaus said, as if reading his sister's thoughts, because of all the mist. This was true. As the figure reached them, the children saw with relief that it was not anybody frightening at all, but somebody they knew, Mr. Poe. Mr. Poe was a friend of Mr. and Mrs. Baudelaire, whom the children had met many times at dinner parties. One of the things Violet, Klaus, and Sunny really liked about their parents was that they didn't send their children away when they had company over there, but allowed them to join the adults at the dinner table and participate in the conversation as long as they helped clear the table. The children remembered Mr. Poe because he was always had a cold and was constantly excusing himself from the table to have a fit of coughing in the next room. Hello, how's it going, Balgore? Ups, you replied to someone? That's okay, no worries. I hope you're doing well tonight, or whatever time zone you're in. I was just reading a little bit, a series of unfortunate events from Lemony Snicket. You woke up a while ago? Good. Yeah, my chat overlay, it is a little interesting, isn't it? I hope you like it. But yes, thank you for hanging out or joining me. Okay. Let's continue for a little longer before it gets too late. Mr. Poe took off his top hat, which had made his head look large and square in the fog, and stood for a moment coughing loudly into a white handkerchief. Violet and Klaus moved. They moved forward to shake his hand and say, "How do you do?" "How do you do?" said Violet. "How do you do?" said Klaus. "Oh, do you?" said Sunny. "Fine, thank you," said Mr. Poe, but he looked very sad. For a few seconds, nobody said anything, and the children wondered what Mr. Poe was doing here at Brighty Beach when he should have been at the bank in the city where he worked. He was not dressed for the beach. "It's a nice day," Violet said finally, making conversation. Sunny made a noise that sounded like an angry bird, and Klaus picked her up and held her. "Yes, it is a nice day," Mr. Poe said, absently, staring out at the empty beach. "I'm afraid I have some very bad news for you children." 3 Baudelaire siblings looked at him. Violet, with some embarrassment, felt the stone in her left hand and was glad she had not thrown it at Mr. Poe. "Your parents," Mr. Poe said, "have perished in a terrible fire." The children didn't say anything. "They perished," Mr. Poe said, "in a fire that destroyed the house, the entire house. I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry to tell you this, my dears." Violet took her eyes off Mr. Poe and stared out at the ocean. Mr. Poe had never called the Baudelaire children "my dears" before, She understood the words he was saying, but thought he must be joking, playing a terrible joke on her and her brother and sister. Stuttered. Perished, Mr. Poe said. Means killed. We know what the word perished means, Klaus said, crossly. He didn't know what the word perished. He did know what the word perished meant, but he was still having trouble understanding exactly what it was that Mr. Poe had said. It seemed to him that Mr. Poe must somehow have misspoken. Moo. How's it going, cow? The fire department arrived, of course, Mr. Poe said, but they were too late. The entire house was engulfed in a fire. It burned to the ground. Klaus pictured all the books in the library going up in flames. Now he'd never read all of them. Mr. Poe coughed several times into his handkerchief before continuing. I was sent to retrieve you here and to take you to my home, where you'll stay for some time while we figure things out. I am the executor of your parents' estate. That means I will be handling their enormous fortune and figuring out where you children will go. When Violet comes of age, the fortune will be yours, but the bank will take charge of it until you are old enough. Although he said that he was an executor, Violet felt like Mr. Poe was the executioner. He had simply walked down the beach to them and changed their lives forever. Come with me, Mr. Poe said, and held out his hand. In order to take it, Violet had to drop the stone she was holding. Klaus looked at Violet's other hand, and Sunny took Klaus's other hand, and in that manner, the three Baudelaire children, the Baudelaire orphans, now were led away from the beach and from their previous lives. The first chapter, Valgor, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Why does it keep saying that my follower goal is at 670? It maybe people are unfollowing and then following, like other people are following and other people are unfollowing. Either way, I guess I'm back up to 670. Let me take a look. Yeah, it says 670. Okay. Yeah, I expect it when it hits the trigger, but I think that's what it is. People, you know, people follow and then people unfollow. It happens. But I'm a little surprised. I usually don't expect much. Expect very little. So I wasn't really expecting any followers, any new followers, but it's good to know that there are some, and it's good to know that no matter how many of you are out there, it seems to me that I'm making somewhat of an impact. And honestly, I think tonight, given the fact that I started at such a time, it's a pretty much, I'd say it's a success. It is definitely a success. And it feels pretty good. So yeah. It is slowly starting to get warm in my bedroom because my PC, it can, like all PCs, all electronics uses power that gives off, generates heat. So therefore, my PC is like a heater. Man, I'm starting to get hungry. But I'm trying to lose weight. So I really shouldn't be eating anything. What's crazier is that for ASMR, I didn't really think a whole lot would happen this stream, but it seems like it did. I don't normally, well, for this being my first ASMR stream, really making sure I could provide a good experience. Did okay, did good, and I don't want to go too long. Plus, I'm gonna be uploading, around 3 hours of me yapping, and for whoever comes in, whoever watches, they start feeling a little more relaxed. Yeah. Man, reading the first chapter of the first book, The Bad Beginning, a series of unfortunate events, it's like a very small, easy, simple chapter, but the story is so, it's really hard hitting. Like, it lays it all out. It lays it all out. It provides just enough information to know these characters. And in one small chapter, for 3 children, their lives have been completely altered from everything to nothing, with the hopes, possibly false hopes, of having everything again. Well, I can't say everything, but no amount of money will bring back adults, Mr. and Mrs. Baudelaire. And what I read, they seem to be amazing parents for just this one part, one sentence, I think, where the Baudelaire parents, they don't send their children away, but allow them, even though that they're young, allow them to participate as adults, you know, for like dinners, parties, because even though they're young, they're very mature children, and I think that's amazing, you know. And because of all that, I think they're very social. They could, like it is proven in the series, they could carry themselves. They're not so shy. When they need to do something, they'll put their minds to it and do it. Oh, sorry, it's my chair. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for being here. And I feel like this stream was a success. We did good. I do have a schedule. I'm gonna update it on Twitch. But be sure to follow my YouTube page. Go subscribe, and you can always come back to this moment. I will be uploading it as a video. And to keep up to date and be part of my community, I do have my Discord as well, which my socials and stuff, my Discord server will also be down in the description as well. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been an honor to be, you know, part of your lives, even if it's for a brief moment. I hope you feel better. So yeah, thank you. And take care. I'll see you on the next video and on the next stream.